Alright, so we're going to get this wheel off today, get this tank disconnected and drained. I'm going to go ahead and take the air line I got here and blow that stuff back into the tank once I get that wheel off. So, one step at a time. Alright, I blew it back, and as you can see I got a little bit on the ground back there. So, yeah, look at all these cobwebs. Shit, not a big fan. Alright, so I got to get to that line. Of course I took the wrong wheel off. Shoot. Alright, well I guess I'm gonna switch sides. Now I'm gonna go get my vacuum and get some of these cobwebs out of here. Alright, well the driver's side, I thought this line went down the driver's side, but it doesn't. It goes down the passenger side. So I'm gonna have to do this on the passenger side, but I went ahead and vacuumed all the cobwebs and black widow nest out of this side. As you can see, we converted this to disc brakes. There's some surface rust on here. The pads are still good. Probably if it was driven, we could just go ahead and do that, or somebody could clean these up. But all the rubbers on the ball joints and everything are worn. They all need to be replaced. They were new when we built this car, so you can either probably just replace the rubbers, or they're MP parts, so they're stupid cheap, so just replace them. All right, put the wheel back on and put this thing, jack it up on the other side. All right, wheels back on. This tire feels really soft, so I'm gonna check the tire pressure here. It says it has about 4 pounds pressure, so let's put some air in it. All right, so we're at 30, so we're gonna call that good. Now it's nice and hard. All right, so we're gonna pop the other wheel off and get this gas drained. The reason why this, or when I was towing it, was bouncing, it was probably because it was so low. Probably all the tires are that way. The car doesn't weigh enough to actually compress the tires when they're just about flat, so we'll do all those, get all 4 of them aired up. That way it'll roll a little easier too. All right, passenger side is off. More cobwebs, more black widow nests, and another flat tire. So we're gonna go ahead and put some air in that. And first thing we're gonna do is get in there and get that line off so we can get this gas drained. Hopefully I can get as much of it into that bucket as possible. Probably not gonna be easy, but we'll see. All right, so what I'm gonna do, might be a little hard to see, but I'm going to take that rubber hose from the bottom of the gas tank right there. I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to try to use that drainage hole right there to drop everything down into this drip pan I have underneath. That's the goal. Hopefully it goes smoothly. I wish I had a way to mount the camera here where it wasn't exactly where I need to put my hands, but we'll see. Maybe. Let's see if I can get in here without knocking everything over. And of course, this bracket down here is in my way. Oops, I knew that camera was going to get knocked. Alright, let's see. Sorry. I'm going to have to move the camera. Alright, it wasn't really graceful, but you can see I got some everywhere. I honestly have no idea how much gas is in there, so I should go probably hunt down another drip pan just in case. You can watch while I go find a drip pan. Maybe there was way more gas in here than I thought. Alright, well, I'm going to take this other pan. I got one more here, just in case. But I'm going to take the first one. I got a container out back. I'm going to go drain that real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, I had finished. So, almost 2 full 5-quart oil pans of gas. What is that? 4 quarts a gallon. So about 2.5, or is it 6? Is it 2 or 4 or 6 quarts to the gallon? It's 4 quarts to a gallon. Man, my math is off. Yeah, so 4 quarts a gallon. So 2.5 gallons of fuel sitting. Like I said, it's not too bad. The other thing, the gas cap O-ring took a shit. But that is for somebody else to deal with. Alright, so now the next thing I got to do is get what's a little bit of fuel left in the fuel line out. So I back blew this back into the tank. So anything that was stuck in there went back up, and apparently it drained perfectly, so we're not going to worry about that. I'm going to go in the back, disconnect the fuel line, drop it into the pan, and blow out whatever's left in the line. I'm going to do it from that metal tube right there. And then I'll hook the fuel line back up, and we'll put the fresh gas in, and maybe we'll try to get it to run for a few seconds today. Back in a minute. Alright, so when I bought that universal fuel filter, it came with this little piece of rubber hose, which I just stuck on my blower, which will fit over that fuel line in there, and allow me to try to get that gas out of the line. Let's see. Again, I don't know if I can get my hand in there with everything in the way. Let's see. Oops. Maybe not. What do you know? I fit. So now the fuel line for the bug is, there it goes. It's empty. I heard it go out the back. Alright, now we're just going to hook up the fuel line back to the thing, hook it up in the back, put some gas in it, put this wheel back on, and air up the tire. Holy crap. This is why I hate black widow spiders. That's a big dead one, thank God. I've been bitten twice. I don't recommend it. Alright, I'm going to hook that back up, and I can't do that with the camera in the way. Alright, and just like that, fuel line is reconnected, tightened down. That's all good. A little bit of gas, not much. I'm going to put the wheel back on, put air in it, put air in the back, and then start hooking up all the fuel lines in the back that I disconnected to drain everything. Alright, wheels back on. Let's check the air pressure in this one. Hey, what do you know? 4 pounds. Let's go ahead and put air in this too. And just like that. Oops. 29. Close enough. Alright, I'm going to air up the rears and tighten down those gas lines. Alright, so reconnected the fuel filter to the carb, reconnected the tank line back to the fuel pump, tightened all the connections, and tighten the one down there and move the line so it's away from the heat from the exhaust. So regretfully, it is gotten to the time where I need to assist the wife, so I'm going to call this a stop. But that means that tomorrow morning I can put some gas in it, come out here and prime the carburetor again, and see if we can get it just to run and idle for a little bit. And while I'm looking around, I gotta find my box of connectors. I found my heat shrink tubing, but not my connectors, so I'm gonna have to do that. So that's it for tonight, and see you tomorrow.